What's up, guys? WTF Joe here, back again to talk to you guys about a new firearm I got. Kind of excited about it. As you guys might know, at least based on the videos I put out, not a big handgun guy. Don't go crazy for them. Don't really have the desire to collect a lot of them. In the way of pistols, I like it to have a barrel that's calibrated or chambered for 5.56 and be at least 10.5 inch long, and take a 30 round AR mag. So that's about as close as I go to going crazy for a pistol. Regardless, today we do have a pistol that you guys may or may not like. Let's go ahead and talk about it. This is the Canik TP9SFX. Actually, this is the Canik TP9SFX, and this is the great box it comes in. Boy, oh boy, do you get quite a bit of bang for your buck. Okay, so real quick, this Streamlight TLR1 and this little cheap Firefield micro dot do not come with the pistol. I just threw them on there to see how that would feel. That TLR1 lives on one of my AR pistols, and that Firefield is kind of a piece of junk, and I don't see it lasting very long. I haven't successfully put it on anything and liked the way it ran. So nevertheless, again, this is the pistol. Nice full frame, full size 9mm handgun here. You've got a nice ported slide. The slide is Cerakoted. I think they call that the tungsten color Cerakote, if I'm not mistaken. Probably am mistaken. As you can see, it's also again, it's ported up top. It's also ported, can you see in between the light? Yeah, it's ported two holes there on the bottom. It saves a little weight, allows for some better cooling. You also get a fiber optic sight up front. That front fiber optic sight pairs nicely with the rear sight, which, as you will notice, are Warren Tactical sights. I mean, they really went above and beyond giving you these nice Warren Tactical sights. If you know anything about Warren Tactical, it's phenomenal stuff. John Wick stuff for sure. Am I right? Am I right? All right, so in addition, as you can see, I've obviously taken mine off to make room for this little micro dot, but in order to do that, you are given a little toolkit here. And this toolkit consists of everything but a tripod, which is apparently what I need, as you guys always know. Boy, I'm terrible at this. All right, just a second. I'm sorry to set you down. I always do this to you guys. All right, success. So you get this little tackle box style toolkit, Canik endorsed and everything. And inside it, you're gonna get all kinds of little goodies. But again, you get the toolkit, which has the Allen key that will access the screws or remove the screws from that rear sight. One of only a couple things I don't like about this pistol, if you opt to run an optic, you must remove this piece from your slide, which is neat. It's great that it's already milled out for an optic, but by doing so, you lose your rear sight, guys. You can no longer use your irons. You can't co-witness your iron sights with your optic, which to me is almost not worth running an optic. I mean, I guess if you buy a really good one and you know, you go that route, then it would be worth it. I'm right after this video going to take this Firefield off and put my iron back on until I can afford, you know, something nice, at least something like a nice hollow sun or something. All right, yeah, moving on. So nice fiber optic front sight, nice ported Cerakoted slide, nice option to remove your rear sight and slide section to give you the ability to mount one of the included optic mounts. There are 4 in total. I've got number 4 mounted to the pistol. 1, 2, and 3 are other very common optic mounts. Or they're optic mounts that have some of your more common, like your Sig Romeo and stuff like that, those bolt patterns. So that's why you get 4 of them. Not all red dots utilize the same bolt pattern. This one just happens to have 2 right there, and it fit real nice on on mount number 4. So yeah, moving on. Again, the optic mount. You do have a rail up front, nice long rail that you can mount many different things on. This Streamlight TLR1 with this tail cap is not ideal. I have a remote switch, remote pressure pad that plugs into the back of that light to allow you to grip on your AR and activate that light. Right behind it, again, you'll notice the nice big squared off trigger guard. I like that it's really oversized. I like also that it's square. If my light wasn't there, I would show you why, but if you're shooting, I'm only guessing, at least I'm assuming, you know, if you're shooting a competition or you're taking up cover on something with an edge, a squared edge, you know, that's obviously naturally that square instead of a rounded trigger guard would lock up nicely with a barrier or something like that. So that's kind of cool. Also, if you're a glove shooter, if you shoot with gloves, it allows you plenty of free space in there in front of that trigger. Speaking of the trigger, my goodness, I can't say enough good things about this trigger. Let me just try, let me see how this looks, about right there. This trigger is one of the best factory striker fire triggers I think I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. Much better than any Glock trigger I've ever had factory. And the reason I say that is what you're going to notice, not only, boy, I'm not right-handed, but for the sake of the camera view, not only is there not a whole lot of take up, you have that real nice 2-stage style take up on your trigger, and then boy, once you're there, it's not much more that you're off. So if you hold it there, go ahead and rack it. One thing you're going to notice, here's the exciting part for me, watch how little, until you hear the click, this thing resets, and it's reset, and there's your trigger back waiting for you to touch it off. Really nice stuff, guys. What a great trigger. I honestly can't say enough great things about this trigger. Just something you're going to need to feel to enjoy and get a better idea of. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Since I had to go chasing something. Also included in your little toolkit are a couple spare fiber optic sections to change out the color of your front optic there. It's comes with a red one installed, and then it comes with a green backup along with a pink one. Before we close that back up, let's go ahead and talk about the rest. Also included are a couple of, actually a few, these are mag release extensions. So if you've ever bought an extended mag release for one of your handguns, then you'll know that, you know, once you buy it, you're pretty well stuck with what you got, which is a good thing in most cases. They typically do those things really well. But in the case of the Canik TP9SFX and probably all the other Caniks, I'm guessing anyways, you have the option of a farther extension of your mag release, or at least you have the option. You have 3 options. Well, you have 4 options. You have the factory one, which in and of itself is plenty of mag release. It really is. It doesn't really leave much to be desired. It's not as flat and flush with the pistol frame as the Glocks. I really like the factory one on there. However, I have installed the small. This is the small mag release indicated by an S on it. In my hand, you will see the, I believe this is the large one. Yeah, this is the large one indicated by the L on the side. And then beside the large one there, you also have a medium. So yeah, very cool. Comes with mag extensions, or mag release extensions. You also get another palm swell for the back of your pistol if you don't like the one that comes on it. I haven't changed that. Honestly, I have big hands, which is why I like big pistols if I do mess with pistols. And the one that's there is honestly, I mean, not only is it comfortable, but it's almost too much for my hand. I mean, it's not too much, but it's definitely not too small. I mean, there's a lot there's a lot of grip on this pistol. There's a lot to hang on to, and I certainly wouldn't. I'll probably put that on, put that other one on just to try it out, but I don't ever see the need, for me at least, to run a larger palm swell than what already comes on it, which is kind of just organically finishes the back strap and the line there of the pistol. Moving on, optic mounts, the rear Warren Tactical sight that comes on their slide bit there, the fiber optics that keep blowing away. There is this looks like a little punch. Let's see. It may, oh, okay, yeah, I think this is just the takedown tool for the pistol. I hadn't looked into that. I haven't looked at the manual of this thing. I was so excited to get it out here and play with it in between all these thunderstorms that are rolling through from these hurricanes that are moving in right now. So it comes with a takedown punch for your pin, for your back strap, and then the you know, your trigger group and everything else. So very cool. It's you know, it's just a small piece of metal, but boy, is that convenient to have. I think that's the only thing in there other than the Allen key that gives you the ability to take the slide bit off and all that. Is it trying to rain on me here? That's what it sounds like. So that's the extent of that. You also get a nice cleaning brush and a patch puller or a patch pusher. Pretty heavy duty. I love that it's just molded out, and there's even like more accessory spots to cut out of this nice little case that it comes with. You've even got, it's like all the little tags and price tags and flags and manual that comes with your guns. It's like that stuff's great to have, but it's such an annoyance to keep. And they've got this sweet little pouch built onto the back of your foam insert that is really cool. CNC'd out, Canik. Pretty cool. Oh, forgot to put my toolkit back. All right, so now to the fun stuff. Right above your little tackle box stuff, you'll see the mags. Boy, these are some nice mags. They slide right out of the Canik TP9SFX so nicely. I can't say enough about them. The only thing that I will say about them, after watching, and mind you, a lot of the things that I'm telling you guys, I didn't learn for myself. These aren't only my observations. Obviously I have eyes, and I feel like I know pistols pretty well. But I have watched another review before I bought this pistol, or at least when I learned that this pistol was going to be in the US. I watched a review on it a few months ago, and then I've been looking out for it ever since. So, you know, some things like the fact that you lose your rear sight whenever you put on an optic mount. Would I have noticed that? Yes, eventually. I probably wouldn't have thought of it right away from being just simply excited to play with the pistol. I also was, you know, by watching this other guy's video, I couldn't tell you who it was. If I do, or you guys are interested, I'll put it in the comments somewhere if somebody asks. He's also the one that pointed out not only the oversized trigger guard, but the fact that it was square. I forget, there's a couple other things, guys. My point being that is that, you know, I'm not the know-all for these guns, these weapons. I definitely do watch my fair share of YouTube videos, especially before I buy something, just like you guys. It might be why you're here now. And then, you know, when I do get something, I compare it to my hands-on experience. You know, is what they said true? And if so, then cool. I've got a reliable source of information to go back to the next time I want to buy something that maybe they have experience with. So, yeah, anyways, another cool thing that you get, guys, for the money, a great value, you get this Canik branded holster. You'll see that it comes installed with belt clips, and then you even have a little retention screw there, which is quite nice. It's actually really nice. I mean, if I was to go out and buy this holster locally, which it's not going to be Canik, but it is going to be the same exact style. If I was to go out and buy this holster locally, I'm going to pay like 35, 40 bucks for a holster of that style and that quality, easy. So really neat. They also give you a loader, a mag loader there for your, you know, for all of those guys out there with weak baby fingers that can't load. Nah, I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, you get 18 rounds in this thing, and you know these things are 20 rounds. Those last 2 rounds, you start to wonder, were they telling the truth? Do these really hold 20 rounds? I think I've only got 19 loaded in them because I couldn't get it down with my fingers. So, yeah. But again, back to before I went on that rant about things that I learned somewhere else and I'm not smart enough to know myself. The thing that the guy brought up that I didn't know, that I'm glad I do now, but I probably would have figured out fairly easy, is that these mags are not readily available. So it's great that it comes with two, but it's a shame, I guess, that this at least hasn't caught on yet. This pistol's not as big here yet. Obviously being imported by Century Arms, you know, you're going to run into those things, but it's a shame this thing doesn't take, like, you know, Glock mags or something. Wishful thinking anyways. But you know, it does take a nice mag. They did do it well. They did it right, in my opinion. Boy, does that look great all put together, right? But these mags aren't readily available. You're not going to find them at your local, you know, Dunham's or whatever else. Unfortunately, maybe sometime soon in the future. And if so, boy, that'd be exciting. I think you can get online, you can order them from their website, but I hear they're not readily available and they're also not very cheap. But no worries, because you get two of them and they hold like 20 rounds a piece. So what a sweet deal. Also, one other thing, you'll notice if you opt to run your optic mount, you get this nifty little charging handle. Isn't that something? So you've got a sweet little charging handle there. And let's see there, are we about right? I don't know, probably. So you've got this charging handle there on the side of your optic mount. You'll just grab it, rack it. Obviously that keeps you from having to grab your optic, push the button on accident, smudge your glass or anything like that. You can still get a grip on the back. You can still get a grip on the front. They have these really nice, heavy, deep serrations in the slides. So, and they even take those serrations and make them match. They line up nicely from the optic mount. So they do it great all around. You do have like multiple options to rack the pistol. If you are on your last round lockout, you have a nice extended slide release. It's not ambidextrous, that's okay, but it is really, really nice and easy to catch. Disengages nicely and all those things. So it's definitely a pleasure. A couple things I'm noticing now that I forgot to mention on the way from the tip to the butt is that you do have this loaded indicator there, meaning this red pin in the center of your back plate. I know we're cleared right now, but if we're not, I guess we'll have a hole in the ground. If you watch that pin, let it focus, there it goes. I'm going to touch off the trigger now. It goes in. So if I was to have another round in there and it would have re-racked the slide, you would notice that that pin would be would look like that. So you see it's engaged itself again, and we'll touch off the trigger and it goes in, indicating that it's at least not racked, right? It's not necessarily meaning that there's a round in the chamber, because there's currently not, and there wouldn't be if I racked it. However, it would let you know that it is racked. That's important to know, because like many other pistols, this doesn't have a mechanical safety. You know, you are the safety. And then of course you have that staged section of your trigger that you're going to need to engage before you can engage the trigger at all. So yeah, forgot to tell you about that charging handle. Positive I'm forgetting to tell you about other things. Oh, something that's pretty neat, pretty exciting. When you go to take this pistol apart, you know, when I get new pistols, I always wonder, how's this one going to work? This one's going to work if you've ever taken a Glock apart, or probably a lot of other striker fires, I'm guessing. You'll be able to take this one apart just fine too. You're going to touch off the trigger, and then you've got these slide lock, slide release, whatever they're, takedown levers. You just give the slide a short little tug back, pull them down, and then it's going to come right apart just like your Glocks would, just like I'm sure many other pistols. And boy, when you do that, this is getting to be long, but boy, when you do that, you'll notice they didn't skimp within here, guys. You get a steel guide rod. I don't know if it's a stainless steel guide rod. It doesn't, it's black. But it is a steel guide rod, I know from that other fellow's video. And then from there you can view all the goodies there. Nice. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, I'm not going to put you guys through any more of this. This video is way too long. Pretty sure the feed ramp's polished as well, which is pretty sweet for a factory pistol. You know, one of those things that we would have all probably done had it not been done already, but factory job. So, and there we are. Very cool. So I just so happened to bring some ammo out here with me. Obviously, we may as well fire it off. So let's go ahead and do that right now, guys. Go ahead and shoot this pistol for you. I'm sure this wind is probably already gotten a lot of people to stop watching this video, if not me and myself. I think I've got a few pieces of something over there, scrap metal, trash. Again, my light, or my fire field optic, boy, it's getting really windy. My fire field optic is not sighted, so that's probably not going to aid me in this venture too much, but I'll turn it on. If anything, we'll just do some point shooting. Point shooting always works great. Like cowboys and Indians when you were a child. All you've got to do, is point your finger, shoot. So wherever you're pointing, squeeze your trigger, and you know, ideally that's where you're going to hit. So let's go ahead and see how reliable this Canik TP9SFX is, and I guess maybe we'll also see if WTF Joe can hit anything. I could probably answer that for you right now, but we'll let the video be the proof. Go ahead and see if this light or this optic up here is going to function. Oh, it works. Does it actually work? I knocked the guts out of this light already. This should be a torture test for the fire field optic. I don't know what happened, but I tell you what, if there's anything on this pistol I wouldn't buy, it would be one of these fire field lights. So we'll just go ahead and point shoot, see if we can hit anything. Do that right now. Did you guys see that? I'm gonna leave that. Oh, we got another 5 rounds. Let's see how fast the Canik TP9SFX shoots. That was funny. All right. We had a 6th round in there. There we are. All right, I was gonna shoot another mag, but I just gotta finish this video before I got a bum knee today. As I was shooting, I think I was about halfway through my mag, and I told you I had this light off of my one of my AR pistols, and I seen something kind of thump the ground in front of me, and I thought, man, was that a big piece of sod? Did I just blow a big piece of dirt back? And then I realized my Streamlight, my fancy little Streamlight TLR1 wasn't on my pistol. That makes perfect sense. These are amazing lights. This is definitely a good rail. It's just that this light's not made with this tail cap and everything. Maybe the specific light, but this isn't, as I said earlier, this isn't made for this pistol. That's not a testament to their rail design or anything like that. I mean, for Pete's sake, they give you 3 entire sections of Picatinny to lock something down on. And if you notice my Picatinny key there, when I try to line this up with this pistol, it doesn't even fall within the segments given to you. So truth be told, I shouldn't have had this on there, but I wanted to see what it was going to look like. I wanted to see how it felt when I shot it, how balanced it was. It definitely helped recoil, but you know, I thought, wow, this doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of recoil, but after that light flew off, it had a little bit more recoil. So if you've made it this far, you've got a little reward for doing so. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and waste these last few rounds, and well, I don't know what to say. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's, oh well, it happens. At least with me it does, because I'm a jackwagon. So here we are, Canik TP9SFX. I thought the mag fell out. I had no inkling that something that I did, you know, failed, but of course it did. So. Oh boy, I feel really dumb. Oh well. I can't tell where I'm hitting, and I tell you what, with this optic not working and no rear sight to co-witness, it's just not, it's not great. It's not a good. Oh, my light just came back on. Doesn't work well. Oh, all right, let's see. Get a piece of paper there. Let's see. All right, guys. You guys have made it this far. You deserve to be let go. Canik TP9SFX. Worth buying? Yes. Worth putting a better optic or optic and light option on? Totally. But when you do, you won't regret it. Great pistol. I picked this up from my local Dunham's. Team of people in there, totally rad people. They always be sure to point stuff out to me when I'm in there that they find interesting. That team has great taste in firearms themselves. Would love to see their collection someday. But again, they always let me know when they get something cool. I'm glad they let me know about this one, because even though I'm not a handgun guy, I'm at least this handgun guy. So totally recommend this pistol. I picked this up for just above $500. But just like that Rock Island VR80 RT that I bought, with all the accessories you get with this thing, you can't go wrong. The fact that it has 2 mags, I won't call that a value. A lot of pistols come with 2 mags or 3 mags. The fact that you get 4 optic mounts, that's a big deal to me. Those things are 20 to 30 bucks minimal, and that's if you skimp and get like a really cheap crummy mount in a lot of the cases. Truth be told, a lot of the new optic, a lot of the optic mounts that you can buy are very gun specific. You've got to mill your slide. I mean, think about that. If you want to run an optic on most pistols, you either have to buy a slide that's already milled out, or you have to send your slide off and have it milled out. You know, do you want to commit to an optic? You know, and once you do, you lose the ability not to have it, or you lose. I mean, you're losing something, and you're paying more to do it, regardless of whether you're losing something or not. You're paying money to do it. So the fact that you get 4 mounts, I'll call them 20 bucks a piece. That's $80 there in value, in my opinion. The fact that you get, what else? The fact that you get this nice Canik holster, again, that's another $40 bill. You know, 80, that's $120 value in the optic mounts and the holster alone. You know, the fact that you get a nice port job, the fact that you get a nice Cerakote job on top of it, you get backup fiber optics. You've got extended controls and the option of changing the extended controls. You get a charging handle. I mean, that's, each one of those things are easily $30, easily. And that's if you are on Amazon or eBay trying to save money and buy the Chinese stuff, or at least the cheap US stuff, right? I mean, if you go try to John Wick an authentic race gun or a pistol, you try to go that route without doing something like this, I challenge you to do it for $500, okay? That's just truth of the matter. So not trying to talk you guys into anything, but I will say that if you're considering this pistol, it's got my vote. The thing is probably accurate. It's probably a lot more accurate than I am. It definitely feels reliable. I can't speak enough on the trigger. If you like shooting fast, or if you like shooting, it doesn't matter what kind of shooting you like doing. It's always going to be more enjoyable when you're doing it and behind a really great trigger. And I'm sure there's better triggers out there, and probably even some available for this. For a factory trigger, they were not playing around. What a great trigger right out of the box. As with all this stuff, really great stuff right out of the box. Maybe it's because I'm not a handgun guy that I'm, you know, thoroughly impressed with this thing, but from the stippling that they do, from the, you know, on the grip, fingers forward stippling, you know, right there where a thumb would be, it just seems like they thought of everything. Nice deep serrations in the slide. I mean, making the optic mount serrations match the slide. I think they went all out on this pistol, and I'm really glad Century Arms is the one to recognize and bring it to us. So absolutely, guys, 20 round capacity, sweet 9mm. Maybe they'll bring it to us in a 40 or 45. Maybe they already have it, and I just don't know about it. I'm a rifle guy, you know. Let me know if you know. Until next time, WTF Joe here in this stormy, windy Ohio field. Let me know if I can help you guys with anything. Let me know if you have a Canik TP9SFX that you enjoy, or you have found more out than I know about mine yet. I'd love to hear it, and I'm sure others would too. So thanks, you go. I just had a stroke. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching. Surely nobody's made it this far, and if you have, let me know. Let me know by telling me something about this second right here. Let me know by saying something about the fact that my light fell off, or something dumb. I don't know, whatever. You guys have a great day. Thanks for being here. Catch you later.